everybody, and welcome back to Emily's Upcycled Home. On today's video, we are going to turn it one spindle into a set of rose rustic candle holders. So let's just jump right in. So here is the wood spindle candle holder I'm going to be using, and this I got from a chair part. And I am going to make 2 rose candle holders out of this, and I'm just going to cut the piece right down the middle. Just find your placement for your wood and where you want to cut it. And I'm going to cut mine right here in that center piece. Now, my thing here is to make 2 rose candle holders and make one kind of higher than the other. And you'll see that that kind of doesn't work out for me. They end up almost identical in size with a slight variation. But right now what we are going to do, we're going to find some bases for it. And we're going to use just some simple wood glue and attach them. And here I cut some scrap wood pieces from my pile into around 2 inch squares. And then I'm going to place my cut spindle onto each piece, each square. And then I'm going to come in with my container here of wood glue. Just any wood glue of your choice is fine. And I'm going to come in with my paintbrush and put some wood glue on the bottoms of each of these wood squares and attach the spindles to those pieces. Now I'm going to set this aside for a little bit just so the glue gets a little tacky and helps me work with the piece when I turn it over to come in with my brad nail gun and secure those pieces to the post. Now I'm talking here about the idea of adding another layer of wood to the bottom and just give it a chunkier look on the base. And I think I have a piece of wood here that I'm going to cut, and this is just a 2x4 scrap piece of wood, and I'm still trying here to trying to kind of make one taller than the other. So I cut a piece here at 1 inch and another one at 1.5 inches. And then you're going to see me come back and I'm going to trim those corners off right there of the red and the little pieces that are chipped. I went ahead and cut those pieces off. And then these pieces will go attached to the bottom squares that we already have on our piece. Now you see here the difference in size and in thickness. I try to make them, putting the smaller one on the higher one and the taller one on the higher one and the shorter one on the smaller one. But they all came out to almost identical size. And here I'm going to go ahead and come in with my brad nail gun, because like I said, you let it sit for a while and that wood glue gets a little tacky to help you work on the piece. And I'm just going to flip these over and I'm going to put my brad nail into the bottoms. And I am using 3-inch nails here to attach this piece. And then I'm going to come in here again with my wood glue, and then we're going to layer the top piece on to the base of these pieces. And once again, come in with my nail gun, and I'm going to switch out my nails to I believe 1-inch nails, and I'm going to go ahead and attach those in all the 4 corners and repeat that process on the other. So now you see that there's a hole here on my spindle, and I'm going to come in with my air dry paper clay, and the paper clay I purchased is from Amazon, And we are going to add some rose molds to the piece. Now I'm coming in with this Prima mold here, and I'm going to bring out my paper clay, and I am going to make some little roses. And I'm just going to use this one corner rose, making different variations of the rose using that same molding, you know, making them larger, making them smaller. And this is a Prima garden mold that I am using. And like I said, my paper clay is from Amazon. And I'm going to go ahead and come in here and just make roses, and don't worry about the perfection of the pieces, or if they got a full rose, a half rose. We want a mixture of roses and sizes, and this one large rose here is going to go over that hole in our wood spindle. And once again, to attach everything, I'm going to come in with my wood glue and my little paintbrush and secure all those paper clay pieces of roses onto the spindles. So here I decided to add some little bit of the buds that are on here, and I'm just going to use my paper clay. And you saw me coming in just with a cooking spray. I didn't have any cornstarch, so I went ahead and grabbed something from my kitchen. Cooking spray works perfectly fine. And I'm adding the little rose buds onto this piece and taking off the excess that I don't want. And then with my finger, I'm just going to attach it to the rest of the molding after I come in with the same wood glue. And I get my wood glue from Home Depot. And then I'm just going to attach the piece, repeating the process for the other one. Now these are not identical, so it's kind of playing off a mix and match set of candle holders, not identical piece. And so I'm going to go ahead and add that bud to the other one on going down, not up. And then you'll see me come in later with the same mold from Prima and come in and add some leaves to this. And then I'll continue that process until I like the piece. So I'm going to come in here and just smooth out the edges of the piece into and blend it into the wood spindle so that we have a more consistent look and it blends better when I'm going to come in with paint and layering these pieces. And I'm going to do that for both spindles and just, you know, go over all the edges and make a smooth transition from clay to spindle. So here I decided to add a little bit more filigree to the base of the piece, and it's just going to go on the bottom here. And I'm going to use this molding, this label molding I got from Amazon, and they're called the Baroque style silicone molds, and you get 2 in the set, and like I said, you can find that on Amazon. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that paper clay piece to the bottom. And I know you guys are thinking this looks like a hot mess, and guess what? I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just making this up as I go. And I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, add it to that other one using that same wood glue to apply it. And then we're going to come in and work on the tops. Now for the tops, I'm going to go with that same wood square that we had. And I'm just going to come in and sand them down. And I'm going to leave all the imperfections on this piece. These are going to be rustic pieces. And here I'm going to attach the top the same way I attach the bottom, using the wood glue and the brad nail gun. So here you can see they almost ended up identical in size, but it is what it is, and I'm gonna work with what we have here and just say that in the listing. Now off camera, because I lost footage here, I went ahead and spray paint the first layer with a metallic spray paint. I just got that I had on hand, and I got it, believe, from Home Depot, and it's a Rust-Oleum metallic spray paint. And then I'm coming in here with a DIY paint in the color beadboard, and I am going to cover both pieces, both candle holders, with this color. And then, like an Emily thing to do, I distressed the pieces, and I lost the footage of that. So you're going to see these pieces when I come back on here already distressed, but I just did a wet distress and pulled back some of the paint, exposing that metallic color, especially on the roses and on the edges, and you'll see that in just a bit. And then we're going to come in here with our DIY, actually our bare antique wax, and we're going to add antique wax to both candle holders. And like I said, they're already distressed here, exposing that metallic color underneath. And I'm just going to repeat the process for the other candle holder, and they will be done. So here is the finish, and it's like a shabby chic kind of look, rustic look with a little bit of elegance, I would say. So there we go. Please help my channel grow by liking and subscribing and commenting, and don't forget that notification bell. You can find my listings at Emily's Upcycled Home on Facebook Marketplace to purchase. And thank you guys for watching. I'll have that link in the comments for that. And here are our finished products.